Hi, I'm Dawn Crossan, owner of the Reston Letter, and this is the Reston Letter podcast. We love writing about our community, but we also love to talk to people. We hope you enjoy listening to the people we write about.
Hi, hello, and welcome to the Reston Letter podcast. My name is Samantha, and today I'm here with David Michaelson, who is a fellow Restonian, expert in restoration and construction of home exteriors, and the founder of Michaelson Roofing. David, welcome to the pod.
I get Mike all the time. All the time. Ever since I just got that mic. Thank you very much. Happy to be here.
I was just reading back. So we had published a story about your company last year, and you've really had a unique career path from restaurant management to sales, roofing, and beyond. Can you share a little bit about that journey and how it came to the company that we're at now?
Absolutely. So I started working at a restaurant in Herndon when I was 14 years old called Rick Walker's Scoreboard, a former NFL player who's still in the area. And that was my first job as a dishwasher. So that started the restaurant circle. So I stayed in restaurants, went into bartending, restaurant management, and the Air Force and radio were in between. Mm-hmm. So when it came to restaurant management at Cheesecake Factory, this was right after COVID, and it seemed that circle closed. That restaurant circle was done. Mm. So after I started working at Rick Walker Scoreboard for about a year or so, I was a laborer on a construction site. I helped build the first new home in Ashburn in the mid-'80s. I helped build some homes back behind the Herndon High School in Kingstream. And so now, after Cheesecake Factory, it seemed that I got back into roofing and construction, so it seems that circle is still going on, and reaching all new different heights.
Very cool. I'm hearing also a lot of transferable skills that happened here between the restaurant and the roofing and the construction. Time management, buying the products, inventory of things.
Math. It's all math, talking, measuring, and there's life skills, talking with people and dealing with people and loving people and being around people and helping people too. Helping people get fed, helping people with roof. We can't think of anything more important than a roof over your head. Lots of things with all being involved.
Absolutely. I would imagine the homeowners in Reston face a range of exterior challenges. We've got some folks who live on the water, some that live along the trail in the wooded kind of areas. What are some of the most common issues that you've seen, and what should folks keep an eye out for?
Well, you said it right there, wooded. When Reston was constructed in the 60s, everything was, very natural, very organic, with wooden siding, wooden shingles. Everything was wooden, and a lot of wooded areas around here. And it's beautiful, and it's still beautiful. But when they constructed it, there wasn't a lot of materials available then that were synthetic, that weren't designed to deteriorate and rot. Wood rots. We just can't help it.
Right.
And Reston at times shows signs of aging. Just like, myself, I got a shoulder and knee back. Somebody's siding or roof could, have a hole or deterioration or water damage or starting to sag there in places where we would rather not. So Reston is aging, and we're here to bring the homes back to good health through various forms of restoration and most commonly synthetic products that will last another several generations here in the Reston area.
At this time, we would like to take just a quick moment and give a shout out to our Reston Letter back page sponsors. So we want to thank Hotworks Herndon, Connie Hartkey, Foley Academy of Irish Dance, Watts Fine Homes, Oak Hill Psychological Services, and Sunset Hills Montessori School. Thanks for sponsoring the Reston Letter. We could not do it without you. All right, and now let's get back into the rest of the podcast.
Our latest issue of the Reston Letter, it featured a story on Gogo's lemonade stand, and I think you guys just wrapped up your most recent season?
Yeah, number 6.
That's incredible. Can you tell us more about that initiative and what it means to you and the community?
Well, I mean, it all started with, a 6-year-old Gogo, Diego. He likes Diego nowadays. Saying, "Papa, I want to build a lemonade stand." Okay, so we picked a charity. We made lemonade. It's consistent, and as the years went on, we added on to various things. We made the watermelon lemonade. We made sure that, yeah, it is good. I mean, I taught him how to read the reports, taught him how to read the profits. We added a square reader. A lot of people were saying, "Oh, don't have any cash. You got your phone, right?" Mm-hmm. So that really helped out with the sales. And this year was no different. It was unique in that aspect where he got his buddies. He had his 12-year-old buddies. We paid them. They're on the payroll, and he found out which ones really supported him by the ones who came the first day and then just hung out, and then the ones that hung with him the whole way through. And I really liked it because I'm no longer carrying everything, helping out a 6-year-old boy. I got 3 or 4 strong 12-year-old kids go,
Yeah.
do that, and do that. So it wasn't as hard on me as it usually has been.
What other flavors are there?
Just classic and watermelon. That's it.
That's so refreshing, though. It goes for a week, is it?
Goes for a week. We do squeezing and freezing about a month before.
Wow.
We squeeze the lemons and we make the syrup, and we just put them in the freezer, and we just get ready.
A real deal operation. That's so incredible. So what do you think the future looks like for Gogo's Lemonade Stand, the company, or Reston in general?
Well, the future of Gogo's Lemonade, with the backing of MRI now, we can, expand to upgrading the stand. We can expand the merchandise. We can expand possibly to make the lemonade making process a bit easier, instead of Papa squeezing, maybe we can get a machine and do that. And maybe we could get, signature cups. Maybe we can sell them at the football games. Maybe we can do other things where we can extend our hand out with the Readers Are Leaders nonprofit, which is founded here in Reston, South Lakes High School. And, maybe we can find other ways to continue that throughout the year, not just that 1 week per year. And, with regards to MRI and Reston, it seems to go hand in hand with when we bring the home back to good health. You're going to be restored for quite a long time. Maybe you just need to, wipe off the outside every now and then. And, if we're able to, just keep on with that and make sure that, houses are standing up, instead of falling down, then, I think we're doing our job.
That's incredible. As you were talking about that, I was seeing the whole crew walking around with their Gogo's Lemonade Stand cup throughout the whole year and building up that hype for the next coming season.
It is hype too. We put the flyers out, and I remember one time at Starbucks, I put the flyers out, and there were some people that we didn't know. Just look at it, just point at it, and throughout the year, people will see us along the paths and walking around. "You gonna do the lemonade stand this year? How's the lemonade stand?" So it's not a bad thing to be known for.
Yeah.
When you're a kid, a preteen, a teenager. We had the football team coming about, and so it's a pretty cool guardrail to have when you're growing up in this area.
No doubt. So before we wrap up, is there anything else that you would like to share with listeners, and how can folks get in touch with you?
Well, we are heading into our 3rd year very soon, and we're starting to get into giving away contests, giving away Commanders tickets, and giving away flyers lessons and the day trips to wineries. So stay tuned for that, and you can find out all about us at mriprohelp.com. That's Michaelson Roofing Improvements ProHelp.com, and you can find all your information and verifications there.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being with us today. We really had a lot of fun.
My pleasure. It's my
Listeners,
fun.
thank all of you, and we'll see you in the next one.